Now let us have a corporate and the corporation, and because at one side, as we have just seen, that there are large number of cases which relate to matrimonial land dispute, but on the other hand we must realize that there are cases nowadays which are of commercial in nature, and the corporation, PSU, etc., they are also contributing to a lot to our the pending docket. And in that view of the matter, if may I ask one the clarification, one sort of question to Dr. Sanjeev Gemawat. He has been general counsel of different corporation in diverse sectors. How, like Mr. Dr. Sanjeev Gemawat, uh, you being one of the stakeholder, think that in a contract the execution stays, is there any mechanism or is there any way which may include this mediation also to be one of the methods of dispute resolution, like we have nowadays in arbitration almost in all contracts? Can we also think about, or if there is already any existing practice, so how far this can be successful, how far this can contribute to achieve the access to justice by way of mediation?
So first, let me thank Samadhan for inviting me here, for sharing my views, Mr. Virmani, and the entire team of Samadhan. Mr. Kaurav, you rightly asked this question, that whether there is any mechanism of including mediation as a clause in commercial contracts. And let me give you to answer this question, I think let's go into the history why arbitration clauses got introduced in the commercial contracts. It's a journey of 3 decades. When the 1996 Act came, the background was, and the Indian industry wanted certain opinion to be framed. And the government and the PSUs, they did fantastically well that they mandated arbitration clauses in all their contracts. So the public opinion got framed when the PSUs started mandating arbitration clauses in their contract. That was followed by Indian industry. And I have been the witness of 3 decades that how in all our contracts today, we have arbitration clauses, for the simple reason that the awareness got created about this particular dispute resolution mechanism. Now, coming to this issue, and you rightly pointed out that so far mediation has been limited and restricted to family matters, land disputes, matrimonial issues, and so on. So far, it has not progressed as far as commercial world is concerned. And there are reasons behind this. And the reasons are basically that right now there is no framework today in terms of it has that inherent advantage of time, cost, and all that. But then traditionally, the 2 major advantages which we see in terms of dispute resolutions are the binding effect and enforceability. So far it was not available in the Indian market, and so you will never notice the mediation clauses as far as domestic transactions are concerned. But as far as cross-border transactions are concerned, particularly shareholders agreements and so on, you will invariably find multiple levels of dispute resolution, which is from the managing directors to be deciding the matter, from that level to you will see the level in terms of mediation and then arbitration and so on. So there are layers in terms of dispute resolution. But having said so, I see, sincerely a great hope in terms of this Mediation Act 23, because it is in fact addressing all those concerns which industry was having earlier, in terms of binding effect and enforceability. And nobody can deny the very fact that mediation is one process which would be absolutely a win-win situation for everybody in terms of maintaining the relationship with the parties, in terms of time and cost. In a fraction of a cost, you can resolve the matters. And the binding effect and enforceability gives it an added advantage, because in arbitration, you will ultimately have number of levels lots of, litigations. But in mediation, you will not have, because the way in which I see it is that if suppose I am getting a consensual award from a court or court order from the court, where both the parties are agreeing on something, would I be challenging this? I would never be challenging this. If suppose the same thing applies as far as mediation is concerned, both the parties are agreeing on a particular issue. And so the chances or probability of litigating on that is minimum. Thank you.
Very good. Now, as